on, go.
Hi guys, welcome to UCOW. I'm Lauren and this is Jordan. Let's get straight into it. We've got places to be.
It's true, we have. We've got stuff to do. Right, what's this? Crystals.
Oh yes, this is a good one. Crystals, because I don't know anything about it. I'll just sit here and relax.
No. Okay.
Go.
Okay,
Tell me everything you know in 20 minutes.
Well, there's loads, like from a spiritual perspective, a lot of people feel like our so-called heaven or soul space is predominantly made up of crystals. Oh. And I think the technology within, and even like bits of the earth, but I don't know all this stuff because it's all a bit, expert space. But the technology within like Macs, like computers and stuff like that, is crystal technology.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of like...
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means, but I love crystals. I love them. And I've got a lot of them. And they have different properties, as to say they resonate with different things, right? So as a Reiki master, I work with crystals. So I never say I use crystals, because crystals have like an energetic vibration. So it's not about, you can't say you're using, it's like saying you're using a person, because their vibration is energetic. It's like you have to respect them. So I work with crystals. So certain crystals of certain colours or certain properties are particularly good to resonate with aligning certain chakras. So we've got crown chakra, third eye chakra, we've got the throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, around about the belly button. And there's more than 7, but these are the main ones. And then you've got the sacral chakra, and then the root or base chakra, which is like the undercarriage, so to speak. So all of those kind of resonate with certain crystals. So do you know any names of crystals? And I'll see if I...
Amethyst?
So amethyst is, amethyst is a really lovely crystal. It's a very popular crystal. You can get it like in a cluster. I've got 2 clusters.
What colour is it?
It's like a purple. I think you get it, I think it's like a citrine yellow colour before it gets to amethyst, but I'm not sure whether they're the same crystal. But yeah, it's like you can get some beautiful clusters of amethyst, and they are also known as like the sober crystals. So there are certain crystals you're not allowed to put in water. I think you can drop an amethyst crystal into your water to keep you sober. Like, it doesn't keep you sober, but it's like it's supposed to resonate with staying sober, staying off toxins, that type of thing. It's good for third eye, throat chakra. Anything else?
Any other crystals?
Yeah, any other crystals,
Are gems the same as crystals?
Oh, look, you've
like
got
a sapphire?
Yeah, so sapphires. So I've got ruby and diamond and gold here.
So is diamond a crystal?
Yeah, they're not crystals.
Oh.
They're obviously precious stones, but they have properties like diamond. So diamond has a property of commitment, and that's why a lot of people have that in their wedding finger.
Didn't know that's why. I was wondering why diamond.
And clarity, yeah. So the property of gold. I can't remember exactly what gold is, but it does relate as well. It's not coming to me now. But there's different types of gold as well. So precious metals, precious stones, and crystals, yeah. And even like rocks and stuff. So cone type shells that you'd find on the beach, they have a protective type nature because of the shape of them and the fact that they've been like on the sand. Sand represents life experiences, and yeah.
So what's the difference between a precious stone or like a gem and a crystal?
You mean like a sapphire and... I think what the main difference is that they're rarer. So things that are more...
Oh, so the same like...
I don't know like what the... Yeah, I don't know the property. You mean the cuts and stuff like that?
Yeah. And where do you like find crystals? Like just... in like a piece of rock out of the ground, it can just be in it, jammed in it. How are they formed? Like, I don't actually know.
I don't know how they're
pressure. But why is it a different one?
Yeah, so there's. Benny's going crazy. I've put a little bit of paper on my cat. Yeah, there's different ways. Like, they're formed naturally within the earth, and they've got like, this is where it's like outside my scope of practice, right? So I don't know because there's more of a scientific side of it, like rock studies and stuff like that. And there's even a word for that. What's it called? Don't know. My cat.
Geologist. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. My cat. Benny, come here. He's playing with she's teasing him now. Yeah. Oh, Benny, come here. So yeah, the different properties, the way they have the different lines of them, the different, like the crystalline, the structure of them, and even if a crystal's made into a sphere or an egg shape or a wand, that also has different ways. Like selenite wand is something that's fairly quite inexpensive, and you can work with it to, you know, cleanse your aura and your space by putting the wand around your energy space and stuff like that.
How did, like, do you know how people first started to use crystals? Like, how did people know they had these properties and things?
I personally believe, and again, like anything that compromises your own belief system, I'd say be open-minded, because it's good to learn about stuff. But if it compromises it, then obviously, you know, don't take it on, just allow it to pass by. I believe that it's something that we just know innately. So some people, you know, it's the same as some people just know certain herbs, like we've spoken about herbs before, do certain things and, you know, promote certain things. With crystals, some of them hold energy. I've got a crystal that I hold when I carry out any energetic work with anybody or do a distance Reiki, because it doesn't take on energy. So some crystals have a property where they protect the person who's wearing it. So that's a ruby kyanite, it's like an egg. And so I know that then I'm not going to be constant, because you have to protect your own energy space when you're working with crystals or other people's energies. There was this one thing once that's really like amazing. It was a video before all the AI stuff, it was many years ago. And it's that crystals have this thing called morphic resonance. I think people have it as well, and rats have it as well. Like, if something happens to a rat on one side of the world, then apparently, like evolution wise, it also happens to rats on the other side of the world. Like, it's not like it's, you know, like if a rat's born with a certain ability because they've evolved to have that, then apparently it resonates to like a beacon out. And there's a guy called Rupert Sheldrake who talks about this in his books. Is it Sheldrake? I think it is. And he talks about science within a spiritual space. I think he's a Christian, but he speaks broadly about spirituality, and he talks about morphic resonance, and it's one thing that crystals have. So like there was this machine where there were loads of different tumbler crystals going round and round in the machine, yeah, like a gumball machine thing. And then they could go in whichever tube, but they all fell in the tube of their own colour, because they gravitate, they resonate with each other. Yeah. So it's like when you work with crystals, the properties of the crystals are meant to resonate with your energy. So, you know, when people say, I always wear my, you know, my ruby ring on this occasion, or my, you know, I'll wear my amethyst crystal around my neck when I feel a certain way. Oh gosh, Benny. You know, sometimes I've got a sapphire and diamond necklace that I love, but I'm not sure. I think they're cultivated. I mean, at the moment you can get an app where you can put it on a crystal to see if it's real. But again, one of the things that's happening.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
I was about to ask you that. How do you know if a crystal's real if it's not just coloured glass?
Well, you can kind of see that if something's. So sometimes people paint crystals. Crystals have different. There's natural formation, right? So even if you've bought like a tumbler crystal, I was just thinking maybe I could grab a couple. You stay there a second. I've got a couple right here. So most of my crystals are in the other room.
What made you like get into crystals?
I've always loved jewellery and precious stones, and we used to live in a council house in Walthamstow when I was younger, and we used to, I just got the ones that were on my desk, we used to it was like a pebble dash house. So you know that like really horrible like concrete, sorry if you've got pebble dash house, I mean it's not horrible, but you know, like it is a bit horrible.
Yeah, we used
like
to
the
have
concrete,
one.
and then they had stones in there. I used to get my Barbies, which weren't proper Barbies, they were cheap Cindy's, which is fine, I still had them. And I'd get tissue paper and make dresses, and then I'd pull the gems off of the house, like gems. I'd pull the rocks off the house and play like gems. I just have always liked those things, and it sounds really shallow because it's not like, oh, I like them because they're shiny or expensive. It's not. It's just that I'm drawn to them. I've just always liked those things.
Some of them, like to me, that just looks like a bit of glass. How do you know that's a crystal?
That's a crystal. Well, you can see because it's got all of the flaws inside. You know, you can't see close up. This was quite inexpensive. I've got one called a Vogel crystal, which is cut. So normally these crystal ones are cut into 6. The Vogel one I think is cut into 12, and because the way that it's cut is particularly very good for healing from the heart center. This one Rex got me for, I think it's pyrite. It's like for strength and stuff like that, and there were a couple of other things. I can't remember.
Are they expensive?
Oh look, they vary, and again, and this is like can you see that cluster formation there? Mm-hmm. Little crystal. I think and my friend sent me this one.
I like that one. I just like the colour. Out of all of them.
Yeah, because all my other nice ones are in the other room. I've got loads. I think they're going to get more expensive. I say unfortunately because again it's a natural thing, and what's occurring is
it costs a lot to get them.
What I think it is more people are getting into them. You can have that little bit, it's yours. More people are getting into them.
I broke it. I didn't break it. It fell into my hand.
Yeah, you were meant to have it. More people are getting into them. More people are selling fake ones.
Right.
So people are selling fake crystals at cheap prices, right? So then there's this whole thing of the real ones aren't going to come down in price. They're just going to be more valuable because there's just an influx of just fake crystals. So
is it like diamonds? You know, they're hard to find.
I think they are. Like a lot of people in the mining industry, they find them. So you'll have websites in Australia where people have actually gone and they've mined the crystals and found the crystals. So even opals and things like that. So precious.
To get them, it's like probably costs a lot of money, obviously, to be able to find them. You need machinery and things.
No, I think you can find some natural crystals. I've found a couple of natural crystals, and as I said, some things like pumice, you know, the stuff that you fix your feet with, that's something you can find free on the beach. And that's, whilst it's not classed as that's got properties as well.
Talking of the beach, I only heard about this a few years ago in Scotland. My friend found some and I didn't realise it was a thing. It's called sea glass. Like, what is that?
Is that the green flat one? Isn't that a broken bottle bit?
No, that's what when she first got it, I thought that as well. I thought, you just mean you found a bit of glass at the sea. And she's like, no, it's called sea glass. And I was like, oh.
But if you think about sand, isn't sand glass, doesn't it just wear it down and make it smoother? I don't know about that one. I'll look that up. But yeah, so any other crystals you've got on the top of your head?
I'm just thinking the obvious one, is emerald one?
Yeah, so that's like a precious stone.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like jewellery wise. No. It's weird. My friend got me a necklace with our gemstones for our, like, the months we were born.
Yeah.
Mine's red. Like, why?
What month were you born?
January.
Is it garnet?
Maybe. I don't like red.
Garnet. I've got a garnet in the other room. That's a.
But why am I why would I get given red when I hate red?
Is it pink? Is it pink or is it red?
No, I wish it was pink. It's red.
I didn't know January was red. Maybe it's garnet.
Maybe.
So that's the difference, like garnet and a ruby, and then this is a natural ruby, but you can get cultivated gems now. So again, somebody could buy a ruby ring. It wasn't that expensive.
Oh.
You know, because I mean, it'd still be expensive. Like it's not something you just go and pop to a shop for average person to go, I'm going to get myself a ring today. But it's along with the groceries. But it's, you know, it's more accessible now because people are cultivating the gems. So I think that's why there's this kind of like, is that a real? If it's not real, I'll be honest with you. With the rubies, I don't know. But if it's not a real crystal, it's not going to have that resonance.
Yeah, can you feel energy from the...
Do you want me to do what Reiki does, like Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah.
So when we do Reiki, you can do this at home. You rub your really, go on, do it.
Oh, mine didn't.
Yeah, rub your hands together so you're creating that friction and energy between your hands. You can all heal yourself at home, or give yourself a bit of healing love. I won't say heal yourself. We've all got that capacity, but you really want to. And then you bring your hands a little bit apart, but close enough so that you can start to feel that. You might have to go a bit closer because you didn't do the friction as long. Can you feel anything?
No.
What? Keep going. And so that when you start feeling that, you're kind of like, it becomes a thing.
What am I trying to feel?
You can't feel the energy. I can almost see mine's tangible. Oh dear. Some of you at home will be able to feel it.
What do you mean? What am I feeling?
Can you not feel... Right, okay, give me your hand. Put your hand next to mine. Can you feel anything there?
The tips of my fingers feel a bit tingly.
Yeah, well then you just allow the sensation. I know it's a little bit intimate for you. It's too much for her. She's going to cancel our date tomorrow night now.
I don't
We're going to the theatre. Can you feel anything? So my hand is completely tingling.
Only in the tips.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so that's anyway, with people who do Reiki, practice Reiki, so that to me is almost like, if I close my eyes, it's almost like I'm holding something.
You're not just feeling the heat from your hands.
It starts with that friction, but we create energy as humans, right? But we label everything as science.
I've got really cold hands, maybe that's why. I've got that Raynaud's thing.
So then, if you can put that energy into anywhere you want to in your body, like heart center's good. You can also generate more energy with the crystals that you have. See, I can just feel this. It's just natural to me, but to be.
Do you know what I can feel? Pain in my arms from doing that for too long.
I've actually done a Reiki on her, so there, you can have my Reiki energy. There you go. She needs it. So yeah, that's a little insight.
No, but I thought, I was like, could you be walking along like in a cave and you could be like, I can feel there's gems.
No, joking aside, there's a place in Canberra, it's the Dinosaur Museum, and they've got a massive shop, and I actually directed a photo shoot in the crystal bit. In the back of the shop, they've got like a whole section with massive clusters. So this is similar to what a amethyst cluster looks like, but it'll be purple and it's got the rocks and stuff. And like they've got all of these amethyst clusters. And yes, when you go into that space, there is a difference in the vibration. You can feel that, and you can in different places. It's natural. To me, it's natural. So it might sound like I'm being a bit weird, but to me, it's natural.
But can when people wear them around their, as jewellery around their necks, like certain ones for different things, does it actually work?
I think it's the same with anything, right? If you're going to be so shut off to it, because it gets into a very deep conversation, but if you're going to be shut off to anything that's working, then there's a block there. Right? We're meant to be flowing. We're made up of water. We're made up of energy, right? We're meant to be flowing as humans. We're meant to flow with life and not to be hindered with the stuff. So if you're going, I'm going to wear this, and you're not open to the fact that you're wearing it for a reason, even that feeling of, I fancy wearing that today. I fancy wearing the gold one today, not the silver or vice versa, because they have different properties. Even that in itself is a very light way of accepting there's some kind of vibe reason. So even if you're labeling as I'm just vibing that's fine. But yeah, when we're looking at resonance with the stuff around us, our vibrations, the crystals, the chakras, all of that, maybe outside some of your belief system, and that's fine. But when you're looking at that, we're looking at things flowing. The second we block any of those areas is when we need to address situations. So the coldness here is like you're like, my fingertips are tingly, but the rest, all of a sudden you're blocking the situation, whether you feel awkward or whether there's just a block there. Do you know what I mean? It's a big topic, and I probably know a slice of stuff about it consciously, probably more subconsciously, and not a lot compared to some people.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating. What I will say is, A fun game you can do, a lot of legit crystal shops have, is they sometimes put their lucky dip crystals in, and then you can lean in and just pick a crystal and then kind of read the little. They've got one in Hillary's.
Oh.
So go and do that. Yeah. Okay, what do you think about crystals? Is it a little bit too esoteric?
I've never heard that word before.
I might have been using it in the wrong context. Bit way out there. What's your favourite crystal? Do you believe in them? Do you resonate with them? Let us know. Yeah, in the comments. Lauren's like,
I'm like, I don't know. It annoys me that you can feel shit and I can't.
Okay, so basically, we need to work on her solar plexus, which is a bit of jealousy. Basically, bit of envy. Okay, well, we'll work on that, Lauren. You can hold that for a bit longer. There you go. That's heavy, that one, isn't it? Yeah.
I'll do some weights.
Yeah, it's more up her street.
Bye.
Do you know, something like this the whole time.
Oh, I've done it. Oh my god, it's all falling apart.
Crystal. See you next time. Bye.
Shit. Does it matter that it's breaking? I think it wants me.
It wants me. I know that you want me. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to get up and get him. What is he doing?
Oh, Benny!